Arsenal are the title contenders everyone is expecting them now to be. They thrashed Nottingham Forest 5-0 at the Emirates. What's going on, guys? It is the Ketch back again with another video on the channel, and it is all about the Premier League weekend recap. And we begin with Arsenal, the form team, the top of the table, and they return to the top of the table with a 5-0 home victory over a spirited Nottingham Forest at the Emirates. Goals from Gabriel Martinelli, Reece Nelson, who scored a double, Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard sunk Nottingham Forest and put Arsenal pretty much back on top. And I think, you know, with the rate they're going, Arsenal, they're probably going to stay there. But are they a couple of games from a complete capitulation, or will they surprise us all and demolish Chelsea next game week out? So, you know, with Arteta the way they're going, I think Arsenal have it, you know, pretty much all up in their own hands at the moment. So just got to show that, you know, experience and seniority amongst the older players, and the younger talent will just show what they can do. They've been very exciting to watch so far, and I hope Arsenal go all the way if they can do it. An unhappy return to Old Trafford for David Moyes, the former Man United manager, as his West Ham team were undone by Erik ten Hag's new blood. They lost, Man United won 1-0 at Old Trafford thanks to a Marcus Rashford strike in the 38th minute, and United are looking very good. I think they'll probably be in the top 4 this season, probably third or fourth. I'm not sure they can really challenge Arsenal and City for the title at the moment, but I guess it remains to be seen. The race for the 2 remaining Champions League spots is always a very hotly contested race, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But Erik ten Hag's men are doing the job for their manager. Rashford is now back into his scoring form, and it shows that in previous seasons there was an over-reliance on players like Ronaldo, like Bruno Fernandes, and now Rashford, he's had a lot of setbacks with injuries and whatnot, but now he's finally coming back into his own, and he'll be a real weapon going forward for Erik ten Hag and the Man United faithful for the remaining bits of the season before the World Cup starts. And things go from bad to worse for Liverpool. A week after losing 1-0 at Nottingham Forest, they did it one better and managed to lose 2-1 at home to an out-of-form Leeds United squad. But credit to Jesse Marsch and the Leeds United staff as they rallied the troops and got them to give the Leeds faithful an unbelievable performance at a tricky place to go like Anfield. Liverpool gift wrapping their opponents 2 goals, one early on to Rodrigo and then a late winner to Cyrienko Somerville, who finished off the Reds and at the same time ended the 70-game unbeaten at home streak for Virgil van Dijk in the Premier League. That's a fun fact. If you didn't know, Van Dijk has been gone 70 games undefeated at Anfield prior to the Leeds United game, but now that record has been demolished and he'll have to start from the next game to restart that record if he has any attempt of doing it. But anyway, credit to Leeds. Liverpool are rubbish again. On to the next one. Another manager who was haunted by his previous club was Graham Potter, as his new Chelsea side went down 4-1 away at the Amex Stadium. Brighton smashed them 4-1 and more or less showed how much they've improved under Roberto De Zerbi in the weeks since he has taken over. Goals from Leandro Trossard, Pascal Gross, plus a couple of own goals from Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Trevor Chalobah gave Brighton a 4-1 victory over Chelsea and put one over on Graham Potter, as a lot of Brighton fans felt a bit angry and disrespected by Potter's decision to leave him. But you can't really fault Potter. He was always going to do that if he was offered a role at a bigger club. Unfortunately, Brighton, that's just the way it goes. They're not as big as Chelsea, but look, the little man has done it this time. The little club has done it. They've beaten the big guys in Chelsea, and you know, Brighton are very exciting this season. I'm thinking probably a top 10 finish based on the results they've shown so far this season, and if they can keep it up, they might even get one of the Europa Conference League positions. I don't think they'll get anywhere near the Europa League spots, but you know, things are, we always expect something silly and surprising to happen in the Premier League season. Maybe Brighton are the ones to give us that this season. Guess we'll have to wait and see what happens next from Brighton. City meanwhile had to use the brilliance of a Kevin De Bruyne free kick from a more than 30 yards out to push past Leicester City at the King Power Stadium. Leicester defended with all their might, but they were undone by the maestro ability of the Belgian wizard Kevin De Bruyne, whipping in a beautiful free kick that Leicester keeper Danny Ward could only watch sail into the top corner. And Man City, this is the type of result that they needed to win ugly. If they were ever going to keep pace with Arsenal in the race for the title, they needed to win at Leicester, as previous results had not gone their way. So City did what they did, grounded out a result, and their Belgian wizard gave them a piece of beauty. Really, that's all that's really needs to be said. De Bruyne is world class, and hopefully I can see that, everyone can see that when Belgium go to the World Cup. Hopefully we can see that. But as for City and Pep Guardiola, they'll just move on to the next one and keep steamrolling their opponents. My Newcastle, well, they are on fire. They demolished what I thought was a rejuvenated Aston Villa 4-0 at St James's Park, and the Geordie faithful are absolutely loving the way Newcastle are playing at the moment. I don't think they've seen their team play this well for at least 8 or 9 years, when Alan Pardew was at the helm and Papis Cisse and Demba were whacking in goals for fun. But yes, Aston Villa were demolished by Newcastle 4-0. Callum Wilson scored a brace. Joelinton and Miguel Almiron, who just seems to be scoring goals ever since Jack Grealish taunted him. Yeah, they put Villa to the sword, and they deserve it. I think, to be honest, Newcastle will probably be in that race for the top 4 alongside United, Spurs. I don't think Liverpool will be in there on current form at the moment. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Spurs, I reckon Spurs, United, and then probably Newcastle will probably fight it out for 2 of the last 4 spots for the Champions League. My hope is it goes to Newcastle, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Finally, we go to Bournemouth, where Tottenham came from 2 goals down to beat Bournemouth 3-2 in their match on the weekend. Kiefer Moore had put Bournemouth 2-0 to the good up in the 49th minute, but goals from Ryan Sessegnon, Ben Davies and Rodrigo Bentancur in the 92nd minute gave Antonio Conte's troops a 3-2 victory and put more pressure on the top 4 race and the Champions League spots. Can Spurs go even further? Probably not. They've been a bit inconsistent in recent weeks, but with the likes of Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura and many more, they are going to be a threat come the end of the season in the top 4. But their next test is with Liverpool, so we shall see how that goes. It'll be an entertaining game, no doubt. Conte versus Klopp always brings fireworks, and I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is the end of the video. Please do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on another video very soon. Have a good one, guys.